Well, we had another strong day in terms of Shiba Inu. Yes, I'm going to use the word strong because Shiba Inu did exactly what we talked about. Even though price fell down in the earlier part of the day and we were below our 200-day moving average, Shib bounced back with vengeance. It closed its daily candle above that 4021 range. And in fact, we've had a nice rebound day to begin. And what's interesting about this is we're seeing a very hard line in the sand when it comes to BTC dominance, indicating we may actually have some fun in just the next few days. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So yes, Shiba Inu did have a strong day, a bounce back. Although it sounds kind of weird saying strong after a 1.2% drop, right? But you guys can see this cool down in terms of SHIB slowing down the hard line of support here. This is very strong move for SHIB. And now we're back at that 216 range. We're trying to again extend and take that next leg to the upside. And right now, what we're seeing is something very similar across altcoins in the space. We're seeing basically RSI, the RSI line at the signal line. We're seeing the same thing at MACDs across the space. And we're just kind of waiting for a confirmation one way or the other. And this is coming out before today's jobs report. Hopefully that jobs report provides some positive insight for us, because then you might start to see the market get a little bit more lively. The great news is that BTC is doing actually what it did back here right at the end of December. We had our daily candle close below that 50-day moving average. BTC does not like that. And the last time we did that, we actually got this kind of slingshot move back up over 100K. I'm not guaranteeing or saying this is going to happen again, but you guys can see that BTC is already starting to take the first leg of that. And what's really helping is some of these short leverage liquidations. We're seeing this across the crypto market. We're starting to see a little bit more positive push than we've seen over the last few days. And that's a very strong sign. Obviously, what's helping with Shiba Inu is that we have some whale conviction right now. Last few days, whales adding. Yesterday, almost a half a trillion Shiba Inu or SHIB added by whales. These are very strong signs. And one of the biggest things I'm focusing on right now is this SHIB ETH chart. So we haven't referenced this a ton as of late, but this again has been playing out since all the way back here in March. And why this is so important is, again, we had another retest on the bottom of this yesterday. Perfect hold, perfect bounce, SHIB back in the middle of its SHIB, the trend with Ethereum here. And the longer we are in this formation, the more explosive this move can be out of here. And in fact, since we've spent now basically 3 times tapping the bottom of this, SHIB is probably going to try to make a move versus ETH and then may bounce around to the tip before we make our explosion here. Now, this isn't a guarantee. You know, we could see a breakdown, we could see an earlier break up, but we're going to see an explosive move nonetheless. And in fact, what is really indicating a strong move for alts, and again, SHIB is going to move faster than ETH because it's, it's I'll say less mature asset. It hasn't been around as long. There's less available liquidity on exchanges, things like that. But really what is showing we may have some excitement in the short term is look at this hard line in the sand on the BTC dominance chart. You're seeing very strong resistance right at about 58%. Okay. This has been playing out since all the way back here on December 28th. And although we've had some drops down, meaning that alts have gained some ground versus BTC, we got our throwback. BTC didn't gain ground here. This is a very strong sign. And in fact, when we're looking at this trend in general, you guys can see that we have actually been printing a bear pennant on BTC dominance. Now, this isn't a guarantee or anything like that. These don't always play out. But what that might indicate is sometime basically in the next few days, we may have a BTC dominance breakdown. BTC once again testing the bottom of its trend, alts gaining ground. And that would actually make a lot of sense, right? Because if we get the extension on this is sometime around inauguration day. You might see BTC heat up, get excited, start to pull the crypto market with it, and then alts kind of smash through and gain some ground as well. All right. Now understand this. I did take a look at the 4-hour chart on here, and it looks like something else we need to monitor too is there is the possibility of an inverse head and shoulders playing out here. So maybe BTC dominance takes a little bit of ground, but there's 2 trends right now that are basically working against each other. All right. Hopefully that makes sense. Right now, we're sitting kind of in the dead center on the RSI. MACD is floating around the middle, just like everything else. So it could go one way or the other. That being said, what we're seeing is a lot of confidence from alts. We're seeing a lot of conviction from alts, meaning that if the market does get exciting, we're probably more likely to see BTC dominance drop than climb. Okay. we'll have to be patient and obviously let that play out. Now, I do want to address something because this is actually a question that's been coming up. I've seen a few comments about this. I've actually had some questions in my my Discord about this too. And again, if you guys are interested in checking out my Patreon, my Discord, there is a referral link in the description below. You guys can get direct access to me, ask me questions, get some insight into my portfolio, what I'm buying, when I'm buying, what I'm holding, what I'm selling, stuff like that. So feel free to check that out. So this article said 565 trillion SHIB now held by only 5 whales. No, it's not. Understand that there are articles out there that will try to paint an incorrect picture and try to spread misinformation. 410 trillion SHIB of this whale holdings, it's the dead end wallet. Nobody holds it. There's no access to this wallet, right? The interesting thing about Shiba Inu is, I've seen people talk about high levels of centralization. It's one of the most decentralized assets in all of crypto. Really doesn't make a whole lot of sense, right? When we look at most of these wallets at the top here, they're exchange wallets. And I think a lot of people don't understand that when you are on a centralized exchange, the exchange actually consolidates all the user's holdings into one wallet. All right. Yes, there are a couple separate wallets. For example, you can see some of the Binance wallets tagged on here, but they pool it all. You don't actually hold it in a single wallet on an exchange. That's where a lot of people end up getting confused. So no, SHIB actually has, high degrees of centralization or decentralization. For example, compared to something like Doge, which doesn't have a burn wallet, you guys can see that top 100 holders for Doge, 64%. Top 100 holders for Shiba Inu, minus the 41%, it's like 34%. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense for people. So understand that there will be volatility along the way. Maybe we have another day where we have a negative day where we drop, maybe get a bounce back, but understand that there is, again, like I said yesterday, there's only so many sellers in the market. There's the sellers do get tired after a while, because when you run into conviction, when you run into people that aren't willing to sell, there's eventually a wall that you hit and you start to move the opposite way. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. Are you excited? Do you think we are about to start making some moves? Believe it or not, we're only 10 days away from inauguration. It's coming a lot faster than people realize. So have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.